Okay, all right. You ready to do it? Ready to do a show? Yeah, we won't tell them that you were late. No, nobody will notice. Nobody will know you were running late. No, nobody running. Okay, you ready? Okay, ready to go live? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Welcome to MUDDIN and BEAGS episode 40. We is live. We are running a little late today. Had a wild day today and got just behind doing lifey things, good fun things. Anyways, I did some visiting with some friends tonight and did a little helping them out at their estate, trying to. They're elderly folks and they need a little extra hand fixing some things around the house, and so I went over and helped them out today, and then had dinner. Anyways, got behind, and we are here. Hush, ain't got time for it. We're running late. So let's go ahead and get into it, you guys, and we will be right back shortly.
You think you know me? You think you know my struggles, my pain, my journey? Let me tell you something. Don't judge me by what you see or hear. I didn't walk this path to impress anyone. People love to point fingers, to act like they know everything. They don't know my story. You don't know what I had to sacrifice, because everything I've become was built from battles you never saw.
Okay, we are back and we are live. How you doing, haha? And what's going on, 6R? Sorry we're late tonight. Had a lot of life stuff to do today. Just a kind of a wackadoodle day, and anyways, did some things that were helpful to others today. So appreciate you waiting on me a little bit. And I forgot to set up the live stream because I got in a hurry. And hey, what is your problem, mister? You gotta hey, quit that, you nut, you daggone crazy dog. Okay. So we're gonna get back into the Pittsburgh Hump cut glass plate negatives, and we're gonna go digging in there. And so that's what we're gonna do tonight. Let's see, let me get my thingy doodine, and let me share these the screensies. And that should do it, and make sure my doodad is doodading. And I got my doodad there, and I like my doodad there. And okay, we are ready to go. Okay, so the glass plate negatives for the Pittsburgh Hump cut of 1912 and 1913. We're going in and we're looking in the digital archives forum at the University of Pittsburgh library system. And the only way you can view these images in high resolution is on their website. They do not have a way to download them, unfortunately. But I have put together several videos that you can actually view the images in succession. There's 458, I believe. You can watch them yourself, and but they're not in high resolution. So I've done two ways of viewing them. One is a full shot where it's you see the entire glass plate, and the other is a zoomed in shot where it fills the screen. And the difference being when it's zoomed in more, you can see more detail, which I think is quite interesting way to watch it. And it's shorter, so it's a little bit shorter, so you can share it out with the people that are a little bit more gnat minded and can't pay attention. So there's that. Okay, so we're going to start off with, and if you've been watching the show, you know that these can be temperamental. Sometimes I burn up the search engine a little too hard and it locks down on me. But this is the only way to do this. I have figured out other ways to do it, and I have not, excuse me, I'm getting a little cold, figured that out yet. So it is what it is, and once we get through these, then we'll be a lot better off. And so we're going to start off with a view of construction during the hump cut removal project on 6th Avenue, looking from the northwest corner of Wiley Avenue. The hump cut took place in downtown area known as Grants Hill, or the Hump District. The project began with planning in 1909 and ended with the final cut in 1913. It changed the gradient of Grant Street, Diamond Street, Oliver 5th, 6th, Webster, Wiley Avenues. Please see the Frederick Law Olmsted, Pittsburgh, main thoroughfares, and the downtown district for more information. That is a book, and we will be looking at that on the show at some point. There is some information in there that will be helpful to our investigation here. And if you're unaware and uninformed, this is probably the best mud flood evidence that is going around right now. If you're looking for the best of the best, this is it. And we're not doing the Sears and Roebuck toilet paper rag of record here. We're doing actual mud flood research. So sit back, relax, and bear with the process. Sometimes it can be a little much to go through, but it is worth it when you get there. So let's get in there and check this out, and I'll give you a gander at that. And let's take a look at that. How you doing, Sig? What's going on, bro? And Sig, just a FYI, I do read the chats, and I saw you were talking about putting together some funds to get me a new computer. Thank you. I don't need a new computer. I appreciate it. I have an old laptop that I use just to look at the chat, and it's just cranky. And I just bitch and moan and groan about it. That's all. But I don't need a computer. Thank you. I appreciate it. I try not to get things I don't need. I've got, life can build up on you with junk and stuff. And if I don't need it, I don't want it. So I appreciate it though. And got a lot of dirt right here. And of course they built the sidewalks, the temporary sidewalks right here up to the old grade. And hey Frankie, how you doing? And so that people could get in the businesses while they were doing this. And then later they took this down, and then what they originally came through is and did the center of the street all the way up to about 4 to 6 feet roughly in front of the buildings. And then they came back later and did the front of the buildings, and then they dropped a lot of the buildings to the ground, to the new grade. And then at some point, and it's going to take some time to determine this, but they demolished 85% of these buildings. And so I'm going through right now and doing research into what buildings were demolished. And I'm putting that record together, and I'm putting out one image a night of those findings on my X account. So if you're interested in seeing it'll be this image. It'll tell where this image was taken, when it was taken, and it'll tell what in the image is still there. And in this image, if I'm not mistaken, everything is gone except the building back here in the back, which is the Allegheny Courthouse. So that is still there, but all these other buildings are gone. So they go through all the trouble of cutting down the road and then dropping the buildings, and then they demolish the buildings. Why didn't they not just demolish the buildings? I do not know. I do not have the answer to that. It's a mystery. Some of these questions are very odd. I don't really know. And you see right here, you've got an areaway coming out from the building, which is where they would put the sidewalks, would be on top of these areaways. But they didn't build the areaways to put the sidewalks on, because you can put a sidewalk just on dirt. What they did the areaways for was so that they could have coal holes under here, and also they could put pavement lights in there, and also sometimes they would put in trap doors and accesses and lift doors and all kinds of things like that. So there's a lot going on there. But anyways, I believe this building may be here also. Like I said, I'm going through these. I'm checking each one individually, very meticulously, and it takes a lot of effort to determine what in the picture is still there. And I'm using old maps, new maps, satellite imagery, data, all kinds of information to determine the findings. So I'm not just throwing out ideas of, oh, I think this is gone. No, I'm actually like it's either there, or it's not, and I'm going through and meticulously trying to figure that out. And let's see if that one's the right one. I think it is. Yeah. Okay, so this is in 1913. I actually need to be telling you guys that. Some of them they're either done, these images are either taken in 1912 or 1913. They did 2 sections of the hump cut. They did in the first year, they did some of those. In the second year, they did the rest of them. And they had it meticulously planned out which roads they were going to do when, what sections. So this is a view of construction during the hump cut removal project along the south side of Diamond Street, opposite the courthouse, looking towards Grant Street. On the corner is Moronicles, what in the world? Homemade candy, some kind of candy store, and ice cream. Okay, not really interested in any of that. So let me let you get a gander at that one and get your kind of bearings on where you're at. So this device right here is a steam machine. They were using this to run several things, one of which was a steam jackhammer. And so you'll see those jackhammers in some of the pictures, and I'll point them out if I see them. They were using steam shovels. They were using steam rollers. And these are 100% real images. That there is Jared Boosters did a video shouting me out on this research, and a lot of the comments are saying, oh, these are AI images. They're not AI images. They're 100% not AI images. You can physically go to the University of Pittsburgh library. You can request an appointment to see the glass plate negatives that you're looking at here. You can see a physical hard copy of something that was created in 1912 or 1913. You can put your hands on these things. They're not AI. These are the real deal. These are real live freaking Mudflood evidence, cover up, uncovering, whatever you want to call it, pictures. So there's that. We got the arc light. Matter of fact, I thought it was interesting that the next video that Jared Boosters did was basically talking about AI and how he's not AI. So he sees that a lot of people thought these were AI. So it's very telling. Got Mudflood windows here. Got a doorway right here underneath the ground. About, I don't know, it could be 8 feet down in the ground. There might have been stairs here. I'm not sure. They definitely had some sort of areaway. You can see the stonework coming out. See the foundation coming out here, and then a foundation wall. So these were definitely covered over. Those are some really big blocks. I'd wonder if that building went deeper. That's possible. I would suspect that one needs to be looked at a little bit closer. Got a doorway, looks like underground here. Sometimes it's just a good idea to just kind of stare at the picture for a minute, because like things will pop out at you after you look at it for a little while. I've looked at these things so long, and I'm starting to see things that are like, whoa, like I did not see that before. Like, it's just these little things that just go right past you and you forget. Look at this plumbing right here. It goes down this way and then up over the doorway. This is the door. And then it goes down and back and then down into the ground over here. Like, what is that about? We need Paul Cook to answer that one. I have no idea what they're doing there. I don't know what that right there is. That's a little bit weird. Look at this archway right here. That's coming out from the building, going out towards the street, and that's an areaway wall right there. There's another one right there. And they're adding new water and sewer as they're going along. That's what these pipes are. But you can also see images where they're taking out the pipes and getting rid of the old. It might be a trolley. They were running the trolleys during this operation. And in some of the images, you can see the trolleys. Welcome, Tommy Rogers. How you doing? Got arc light there. Got some etheric antennas up here. And look at this right here. Would have been like here would have been ground level across here, I imagine, because you can see the walkway is coming down. So then you got this right here. I guess these windows were partly covered. Detective agency. That's funny. You don't see a lot of that anymore. Detectives. Private eyes. I don't know. It's not a big thing anymore. I wonder why. I don't know. It just seemed like that was maybe it's because of our digital lifestyle now or something. Maybe it's just easier to research things, and I don't know. Alrighty, I think that one's about done. And let's see here. Hello, Angel Dreams. That's a cool name. Okay, let me go up there. I'm kind of going slow. I'm trying not to run the server too hard. Because if you've been watching the show, you know I've been burning the server out, and like it's kind of gets a little frustrating. This is 1913, a view of construction during the Hump removal project on Ross Street, looking northeast from 4th Avenue. The Hump. Okay, we've already read that part. They always add that last part, so that's why I don't read it. Let me let you get a gander at that. And we got one of those spiral staircases. I think those are so cool. Got some wrought iron work here. Look, they're taking that gate down right there. See that gate? And then there's the other one. So they're removing the gates. And you can see there's the old dirt level right there. You can see it right up against the building. So that was the original street level. And look how these stairs go down. That's kind of weird because the street level, let me look over this way. It's hard to say, like, did it drop down here, or maybe one thing that's cool is and this is going to take a lot of analyzing, y'all. And that's part of one of the projects I want to do is I want to analyze the there's like before and after pictures. There's pictures that were taken in 1912, and then there's pictures taken in 1913. What happens is you see the differences between the two, and then they took some after photos. So I want to put together a little research project where I look at the before and after so that you can see better what they started with and what they ended up with. There's a lot of research to be done on this. I think this is this hump cut is very important, y'all. And I know, you know, it may be getting a little much, and I'm sorry, but it is what it is. It's so rare that we find something this good in this research that is just laid out on a smorgasbord of perfection of how good it is, that like we really have to take advantage of it. It's not often that I find a viaducts of Atlanta or pavement lights. This is that big, and so I'm going to spend time on it. And obviously, once we get through looking at the pictures like this, it'll be a little easier. But for now, we're going to go through it like this. It's the only way I can do it. I've put a word in, a shout to Jared Boosters. I'm trying to get a hold of him because Jared's got some tricks up his sleeve that I know about. And I think Jared might have the ability to get a hold of these glass plate high resolution pictures. So I'm going to see what he can do, because he's Jared's the kind of person that will put his money where his mouth is. Got Mudflood Winters down here. A lot of people don't realize that Jared, a lot of the images Jared shows on his show, he's actually purchased those images. That's how he obtained them. And a lot of people, he doesn't, shout that out. But my point is that Jared has been known, whether you know it or not, to go above and beyond to get the pictures. And I respect the hell out of that. There's not many people out there that would be willing to do that. I wonder what these things are. Recording company. I don't know what they are. Address machines. Must be some sort of like I don't know. Like printing type of, I don't know what those are. That's interesting. Got this temporary shed door here. That's kind of weird. All right. I think I've gannered at that one enough. Let's see if it's going through. Yes, 1913. A view of construction during the Hump removal project along the west side of Grant Street, looking from northwest corner at the intersection with 6th. The storefronts of the Chamberlain Company Warehouse, Manhattan Leather Company, and a cafe are visible. Okay. Whatever you say. Whatever, boo-boo. I'll let you get a gander at that. Take a long, hard look at that. Yeah. Gonna get some upload up in here. I can't really. I had this teenage boy the other day ask me, he had heard I was into conspiracy theories, and he just asked me, he says, hey, what's the latest conspiracy theory? And I said, well, who do you think killed Charlie Kirk? He said Erica Kirk. So that's a good answer. That cracked me up. But anyways, we sat there and talked for about 30 minutes, and he was just so interested. I don't know, it kind of gives you a little hope for the future of when a 16-year-old boy can have interest in learning some really interesting truths. I don't know, it's kind of cool to me. I'm hopeful for the future that people are going to pull their head out of their ass, but they really do have their head up their ass. That is for sure. This building here on the left, they're going to lower, and you know that by the I-beams here and the wood, and they're going to lower that building, it looks like. Well, they might be stabilizing this one. That might be a stabilizing. They still might lower the building. Might be why they're stabilizing it, because they're going to lower it. I don't know. But that's how they do it. We'll see more pictures of that, because they did plenty of that. And why they lowered the buildings and then demolished them, I don't have an answer for that. There's no like record of it. But I don't need a record to tell me when I know that I see these buildings here in 1913, okay, and then you look on, Google Earth today and they're gone. Well, obviously they've been demolished. So when is the question? And it's going to take a little effort to figure that out, because we'll look at the building that's there, find out when that was built, and then the building would have been demolished before that, probably to build that building. Would be the logical answer, but it's going to take time. Arc light. They did use explosives during this operation, so you see a lot of broken windows. And you see that right there, that opening right underneath that window. You got opening here. You got areaway coming out. I think these are the bricks, the type of brick. I'm not sure if they're brick or stone, but I think they're stone. I think these are stones, and they cobblestoned the streets when they were done. Put a new cobblestone street down. I think that's stone. The reason I say that is because it looks like stone on the ends. Temporary office. You see these a lot. These would be used for, they would put a block and tackle on these and raise things up. Like they would bring things up and then pull it in this window. It was just a way, before elevators, it was a way of getting stuff up and down. I can't imagine having to do it that way, but kind of weird, huh? How's it going, Miss Teresa Gregory? And welcome, Hippie Shake. How you doing? Sorry we're late tonight. I was spending some time with some friends that they needed some help with a few things around their house. They're elderly, and then we got into having birthday for one of the fellas, and then had dinner and birthday, and then there was another lady that she's elderly. She was across the street, so then we went over to visit her, and anyways, we got busy, so we got late. So, but it really made it was I don't know. It was they really appreciated me, coming and visiting and things like that. So they kept saying, "Don't you have to be home for your live stream?" I'm like, nope, no big deal, no big deal. I promised them that you guys would be very patient, which you are. This is a view of construction during a home cut removal project near 6th Avenue with rear view of Melon property. Okay, Melon property. Well, we're going to go look up Melon's back end here. Okay, let me let you get a gander at that. See all that mud. Hope you're wearing your floaties tonight. Welcome, Jason Marshall. How you doing? Good Sunday. Yes, it is. Been a pretty good day. I went to shave my face today. My might look a little scruffy today, and my Norelco razor has been acting like it's got a mind of its own. And then today it just decided to kill over, so I had to go buy another razor. Got this new razor. I'm charging it up now. It ain't charged all up yet. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's still charging. So I'm a little scruffy today. It's all right. Y'all can deal with it. At least I ain't in my undies. We can do that show if you want, but I don't know. I'll have to OnlyFans that, I guess. No, ain't gonna be no OnlyFans. No, sir. Look at that. Wow. What's going on there? Like that dirt right there is very suspect. That's just weird. I don't know. It's got an odd look. Got Fred right there. See, they're going to lower this building right here. You can see the I-beams right here. You got I-beams going one way and I-beams going another way. What they do is they put I-beams going one way up under the building, and then they put I-beams going the other way to support the I-beams that are up under the building. So it's I-beams supporting the building, and then they use screw jacks, which are right here. You can't really see them, but they put screw jacks, and then they lower down the building, and then they put cribbing, which I'm not seeing. There's some cribbing right there. That's cribbing, which are oak beam, like oak 6x6s. And they use that. They drop it down, and then they readjust, and they just keeps going down and down and down. I don't really know how to explain. I'm gonna have to find some way to show that to you guys that don't understand it, because it is kind of complicated if you've never seen it. But I assure you, they can raise and lower buildings for sure. They can even move buildings. Look at this arch right here. So your original dirt level was up here, as you can see. And then you got a door here, which means it probably, the dirt would do weird things around corners. You'll notice this a lot. You'll see a high side on one side of the building and a lower side on the other side of the building, like they've dug it out. But you have to understand, they did this 3 times from the historical record, starting, I believe, 1834 or something like that, and then like in 1850 or something like that. But anyways, they did it 3 times. The third time, the hump cut, which is what we're looking at here, was the big one. But supposedly they took off a lot of dirt before. There's very little records of that, though. Very, very little. So, this operation was not one time frame. There was multiple time frames. Here they're putting in, they're knocking out these holes here to put the I-beams through, to do a lowering of the building, and they'll probably lower it down to this new grade here they're creating. And this chute right here, they would park a cart here, horse and cart here, and they would put debris like bricks or whatever down this, and it would drop into the cart, and then they would haul it off. It's that pipe in the ground right there. That's interesting, that diamond symbology. A big smokestack back here. I mean, just on rough glance, I would say this everything you see here is now gone, because like I said, they demolished 85% of what was here after they meticulously took so much effort to take care of the buildings. They demolished 85% of it. Now, I don't know why they did that. I don't know what they got going on in Pittsburgh. I mean, somebody knows something I don't, because I don't know why they would do that, or how they did that, or when did they demolish these buildings. I don't know. 1913, a view of construction during the hump cut removal project on 6th Avenue from the northwest corner at the intersection with Wally Avenue. Looking south, a large billboard reading Turkish trophies, 10 cents for 10 with gift slipped is visible. Well, I guess we can get us some Turkish trophies. I think there's cigarettes. I'm not sure. Couldn't tell you. Oh, sorry, Beagle. Sorry. Hang, calm down. Don't eat nobody. Jeez, I woke the Beagle up, pissed him off. Okay, so we got a gander at that. Like, I gotta let 6R get a good look at that. He likes to see in there. There's your train track, Sig. 6R likes those big train tracks. And I imagine these are the old pipes they've pulled out. It looks like probably an areaway wall right there that's fallen out, which would have been right here. And these are areaway walls here and here. And here. There's so many questions about this. There's the old sidewalk right there. You can see. And a lot of places they tried to save the sidewalks, which is really weird. Like they would like remove the sidewalks and then lower the grade and then put the sidewalks back, which very strange. This is something you'll see a lot too. And I had somebody saying, "Oh, this is AI because look, the phone poles are leaning." Yeah, they're leaning. They're literally leaning. They literally let these phone poles right here. They just let them lean. They dug down. The things would start leaning. They just let them lean. Now, I don't know why they did that, but it's not AI. You can see another busted window there. Like I said, they busted a lot of windows using explosives, breaking up things. A lot of buildings got demolished. They had to pay a lot of money for buildings that were demolished that weren't supposed to be demolished. Well, by official record. Oh yeah, we're trying to do our best not to demolish the buildings, and probably more than likely it was, an insurance scam, and they probably, actually did demolish those buildings on purpose because there's so many that were demolished during the process. You'll see them in these pictures. Pittsburgh Sun newspaper. That's what I was thinking it was. Danger. You see those danger signs everywhere. Oh, look at that awning. I love a good awning. Ain't much prettier than a good awning. My goodness. That diamond symbology. Now, what does the diamond mean? I'm not sure. I'm just saying that there's a lot of damn diamonds lying around. Just like there's a lot of flat earths, asterisks lying around. There's a lot of, different symbology lying around. There's a lot of swastikas lying around. There's a lot of Greek keys lying around. There's a lot of griffins lying around. There's a lot of lions lying around. These things mean something, and they don't mean what they tell us they meant. They just don't. That big arch right there. They got Masonic square and compass right there. All right. And I'm back to watching my the Great about the TV show about Catherine the Great. They finally put out the I forget what season it is that they stopped it on, but they finally put it out. So I'm starting to watch that again. So good. I've said it before. I don't really like that they have all the cussing. I think they could have done without that, but I guess they're doing that for the younger generations. I don't know, the dumbed down idiots, normie, robot sheeps. But anyways, I find it very fascinating. Not that it's a true story, it's not. But it's weird. It gives you this perspective on that period in history that kind of makes you go, huh. It makes you think about things that, like, it's like this. There was this kid, he was preparing to do a duel. He was like 10 years old. He challenged this man to a duel, and he's practicing shooting inside the palace at the wall. And I'm thinking, people that found a building are the only kind of people that would shoot at a wall that they didn't pay for, that they didn't build, that they didn't know anything about how hard it would be to rebuild it, to fix it. They're the only kind of people that would shoot at a wall. And they didn't say that, but I thought not that happened, but I'm just saying that's the kind of shit that you see in that show that makes you go, you know what? They didn't build this shit. I don't know. It just kind of, I don't know. It's an interesting show. You'll have to watch it, but be wary of the cursing. 1913, a view from corner of Oliver Avenue and Cherry Way, looking south towards 6th Avenue. During Hump cut, the building second from the left houses the Nixon Theater, while the building to the right of the Nixon houses the City of Pittsburgh's Department of Public Safety. Okay. So we're going to go get in there and look at that. And I'll let you get a gander at that. Gander away, folks. Gander away. Oh no, Ha-Ha's on the job. What's up, Ha-Ha? How you doing this week? Got Cobblestone Brick Road. This nope, not melted. Sorry, Gentry Secret 69. Just can't sell that lie for you. Sorry, I got to take a jab at a meltologist every now and then. They are the dumbest people on the face of the planet. Yes, I'm talking about John Levy. Yes. Anybody that follows these people is a moron. You've got to be a moron to believe that stuff. Sorry. I enjoy just poking at them. It's absolutely hilarious. I give them a break every now and then, let them breathe, let them stretch their wings, let them make some mistakes, and then I'll hit them again. Always hit them again. Why not? They're such easy targets. It's quite entertaining to watch them get their knickers in a bunch. Woo! Man, I'm gonna have to find out these buildings are here. I one day I'll be able to say this is here, that's here, this is here, that's not there, that's gone, this is gone, that's gone, this is gone. Removal sale. There's that steam machine that they're using. I don't see the jackhammers, but they are in the pictures. I can definitely show this to you. And see, another thing they did was they cleaned up a lot of the buildings as they were going. You'll see pictures where they're stuccoing over foundations and things like that. It's pretty interesting. These old cars. Can you imagine how much those are worth today? Like, whoa. Oh, these, matter of fact, yeah. I know these buildings are gone. I looked into these. I don't remember about these. These ones is gone. I remember looking into those. So I'm starting to learn this a little bit better. The more I research into it, the better I'm going to get it explaining it to you. Until then, we're going to have to rely on whatever Ha-Ha says. Yeah, that goes. Oh, my. Oh, here we go. I don't believe this cartouche is scrubbed. I believe you can read it. Laurel leaf control. Looks like there's almost looks like a Lady Liberty or Lucifer Liberty, however you want to say it. Etherpenial. This is a mortuary, I think, if I'm not mistaken. This building right here. I think that's what that one was labeled as in another picture. You could read it on the, they have closer up pictures. There's a flat earth asterisk right there in case you need that. And sometimes you just need to know what kind of, surface you're on, It's very helpful. Taurus field. There's another, flat earth symbol. Yes, I'm a flat earther. Yes, I wear a 10 full suit. Big whole suit of that shit. I wear a 10 full suit of armor. I am damn proud of it. Damn proud of it. I don't remember if this building is here or not. I can't tell you because I don't remember. The old P-trap ain't working as good as it used to, I think. Oh, well. No, I just don't remember. There's so many of these buildings. I'm getting better at it as I'm going through and learning these buildings. I'm actively trying to remember. Hippie says she's a flat earther too. She's standing on her 2 feet and she's saying, I am a flat earther. Ha! Take that. 1912, a steam shovel at work on 5th Avenue and Grant Street during the Hump cut. All right. So it's going to be like that. And this is the Allegheny Courthouse. So this is still there. And there's Fred doing what he does. And it's the Marion Shovel, Booth, and Flynn Contractors. So there might be a lead research there. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to just plug this information in, Booth and Flynn, and look up the research on that company. You never know what you'll come up with. You could come up with, oh, they started the Booth and Flynn company got a contract for the Hump cut in Pittsburgh, and that's how they started their company. You don't know what you'll find. You could find anything. I don't know. I hadn't looked it up. I will. It's on my list of things to do, but I can't do it all. Check out that chain right there where I guess it's like a dumping. It like dumped the cart. That's probably high tech for back then. Fred is decked out with his fancy cart. He looks like he got a switch. You gonna smack somebody with it. Get to work right now. Wonder how many people speak English. See that steam coming out of there? So this is the thing. This is the contraption they dug it out with. You know, at least the main part. They did a lot of digging by hand too with shovels. Just incredible. I mean, they did it fast too. They went in there and went to this place's ass. In 2 years they knocked this out. That's incredible for that time frame with that technology. That's incredible. 1913, a view of construction on Diamond Street, which is now Forsyth Avenue, by the way, from Grant Boulevard to Ross Street in the Hump District. The Allegheny Courthouse is on the left. Okay, so this is the Allegheny Courthouse right here. So that is still there today. And this is after they cut the road. And wow, look at that. What in the world have they got going? Look, you got the building is here. This is the sidewalk. And then this is all the areaways underneath the sidewalk. Look at all that structure under the sidewalk. That says something right there. Look at that window right there and there. That's under the sidewalk. This is the sidewalk, I believe. Or is that the... Wait a minute. I don't know. That's kind of hard to tell. That could be just Mudflood windows. That's really hard to tell. I don't know. Because the facade of the building is gone. The front. That could be... I don't know. That is... I'm not sure what I'm looking at there. That is tough to say. I'm not sure, y'all. I am not positive. Look at these Mudflood windows here, and look at all this structure under here. And this right here is something I need to look into. These doodads here, I got some questions on these things. They are very suspect to me, and so is this retaining wall. I want to look into that further. I think there's some hanky-panky going on there. I'm going to put Ha-Ha on that. Ha-Ha, get on that real quick. There's Fred doing what Fred does. Got a lady in uniform. Got boater hat fellers doing what boater hat fellers do at their annual. Oh, wow, look at that. Basically a flower of life. I've never noticed that. Why is that on the side of that building? Okay, I have never noticed that. Damn, looks like there's something else right here. This is why we need to look at the high resolution, because see, those images that I put out in that video, that's what those images look like. You're never, and when you zoom in, they pixelize. You're never going to see what we just saw right there. You're only going to see that on the high resolution glass plate negatives. You're only going to see that. You're only going to see that here on this show, because this is where it's at, y'all. We don't show the Sears and Roebuck catalog here. We don't be playing around that bullshit. You leave that, let John Levy smoke weed and look at the Sears and Roebuck catalog and get 350,000 subscribers or whatever he got. I mean, this is the real deal here. This is the underground. This is the Mudflood underground right here, right in the. You're at it. You've arrived. We ain't playing around here. This is playtime's over here. Not time for that bullshit. Good Lord. Arc light. That's really got me intrigued. Why is there a flower of life on that building? Why in that spot? Like, I don't remember seeing that on any of the rest of the building. Okay, where is this? I got to go find this shit out now. Now you got me wondering. I'm not sure what side of the building this is on. This must be... okay. I don't know. I'm gonna figure that out. I'm gonna figure that out and look into that. And see here, all this fell off. They had a lot of demolition happen. I think this is... I would imagine that officially they would say, "Oh, this was an accident." I think this was planned. I think they planned on taking certain buildings down and claiming the insurance. I think that was a scam. I mean, you got Henry Clay Frick involved in this. Okay, he's next to Carnegie, and he's the one that's responsible for the Jonestown flood. So I mean, we're dealing with some shady ass son of bitches here. Okay, we're already dealing with that. Okay, we already know we're dealing with shady people. Okay. So then, it makes sense to me that there would be some fraud going on here. I mean, that's just the way they do. I think we all know that. 1912. A view of Hump Cut District on 5th Avenue from 6th Avenue to Ross Street. I already did that. Okay. And let me give you a gander there. Let's get your burns. Got your burns. Okay. We got Fred Booty here. Doing what Fred does. There's our steam shovel again. And I believe that's the Allegheny Courthouse on the left. And yes. And this is the Frick building. This is owned by Henry Clay Frick. And it is still there too. Although the building behind it, I think, is gone. If I remember correctly. And definitely the buildings here are gone. 100% gone. Demolished. Gone. They're no longer there. So they went through whatever trouble they did to, save these buildings, and then they demolished them, which I don't understand. I don't get that. Why didn't you just demolish them? If you're going to demolish them, why didn't you just demolish them? I don't know. There's a reason. Probably has to do with somebody was scamming somebody. I don't know. I really don't know the reason. Oh, look at that underground area there and there and there. And this is quite odd here. It's hard to tell where the dirt level was, but I would say it was up here. I had to guess. And then you got brick here going underground. So we know that, you don't use brick as foundation. So that's not the foundation. That goes down. Very weird. I. And what I'm doing, I'm checking to make sure that picture opens, which it is. Okay. 1912, a view of Hump Cut District on 5th Avenue from Grant Street. Okay. Sometimes they have more information than others. Gotta make sure I don't hit that button. Let you get a gander at that. Okay, and you can see they're laying the new trolley tracks here. That's some interesting equipment. Look how large these trolley tracks are. I don't understand this, to be honest with you, why these trolley tracks are so big and why they're shaped like this. This is something I've never seen. I don't know why they do this. I don't know the answer to that one. And then here's something else weird is notice how they're on I-beams. That's, you know, is that how they did it? That might be the first I've seen that. I mean, were these tracks so heavy that they had to put I-beams on them, under them, instead of the wood railroad ties? I mean, you are in Steel City, so, I mean, they did have, you know, kind of an advantage there, but still. I don't know. Is that excessive? I don't know. Look at the dirt level here. We got this opening here, which is weird. And you can see the mark of the dirt level right there. So all this was underground. And that's really weird. This is facade right here. That is facade. And then they have the facade underground. Red flag, woo, woo, danger, Will Robinson. That is facade underground. Now, why are you going to put facade underground? Riddle me that, Batman. What's going on there? I'd like to hear the explanation for that one. Well, that's just the basement, dumbass. That's what I've heard a lot of. Well, that's just the basement, dumbass. I heard that a lot lately. That's just basement, huh? So you going to facade your basement, dumbass? Right back at you. Right back at you. I mean, what you talking about? You asked me what I'm talking about. What you talking about? Good grief. I got questions. I mean, I don't know, man. There's some freaky shit going on here is all I'm saying. Got steam machine right here. I mean, there's some freaky stuff going on up in here. Spiral staircase. What are you getting squealy about? Uh-oh, you know what that means. I imagine somebody knows. That looks like Bossa Man right there. He looks all Bossa Man like, would you just hold on just a second? Let me do what I'm doing while you ain't doing nothing. Check out that steel right there. Just hush. You see we're looking at a picture, don't you, big old mouthy beagle? Yeah, big old mouthy beagle. Yeah. Listen to you. Yeah, I know you're cute and adorable. I know. Did you tell him Daddy made you cheesy eggies yesterday? He likes cheesy eggies every now and then. You did. You told him. They didn't care. I doubt they would. Why would they? They didn't get no cheesy eggies. Patrol time. That's right. It is patrol time. There's a hush now. I'll be done. Just say there's a rabbit living outside, and he is just after that rabbit. He wants that rabbit so bad he can taste it. He loves a rabbit. I mean, he loves a rabbit. Okay. Good grief. All right. Okay, guys, we're going to need to take a patrol, so we'll be back real shortly. So get your snacks and your party favors, and we'll be right back.
Every string's a rope. Crimson lights with confession wine. Empty chairs witness her decline. Bow pulls memories from the air. French horn echoes everywhere, 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 everywhere. Just plays minor keys for major pain. Orchestra of one insane hip-hop heartbeat in her veins. Blood moon watching, she plays alone. Violin crying through broken stone. Every note's a ghost, every string's a rope. Crimson light spilling. Home, can't find home, yeah. Blood moon watching, she plays alone. Violin crying through broken stone. Every note's a go, every string's a rope. Crimson light spilling, can't find home, can't find home. Every string's a rope. Crimson light spilling, can't find home, can't find home, yeah. Mercy in a small room, door don't move. Feet go by, let them prove. Mercy in a small room, I tell no lie. Yeah, see me plain, don't ask why. Mercy in a small room, thin light, cold floor. If I go wrong, I won't hide no more. I stay bent in the corner, breath cut small. No halo, no speech for the things I did wrong. I hurt what I touched, simple as that. No pretty little cloth, no cover on that. Yeah, hear them shoes outside, tap, tap through me. Like each step, know my name, know what I might be.
That's funky, funky. All right. We is back. We got to get the beagle loaded up on doggy biscuits so he'll go and play somewhere else other than, oh, Daddy got you some treats today, by the way. I forgot to tell you. And your carrots that you like. Here. I got you something else too. I forgot what it was. Oh, I got you a new leash since you broke your leash again. Again. And they're $40 each. So quit breaking freaking leashes. And I see Odin's Raven decided to sneak in on us. Welcome back, Odin. How you doing? Okay, let's get on back into it. We ain't got time to play around here. Unless y'all want to go look at the Sears Roebuck catalog. Anyone? Sears Roebuck catalog? No? Okay. All right, fine. Can't sell you on the Sears Roebuck catalog. Okay, so let me make sure my doodad is doodadded, properly doodadded. Okay, we're properly doodadded. Okay, we're gonna go back in, go get on in here. Get on into the Humpy Cuddy. Yeah, boy. Okay. Started a little bit late tonight. Sorry about that, folks. I'm usually on time, as you know. And anyways, I had some stuff to do, take care of some, hang out with some friends, and they're getting elderly, so it's nice to spend time with them. While people don't take time to spend time with their people, you know. Go spend time with your damn people. Quit acting like I ain't got time. I'm so busy. Make time. View of Hump Cut District on Wiley Avenue from 5th Avenue to 6th Avenue during the 1900s. Blah, 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 blah. We already know all this. Let's go find out something we don't know. Okay, we're going to give you a gander of that. Right there. Give you a good look. Good gracious. Look at all that mud. My goodness, I hope you're wearing your floaties tonight. Good gracious. And go on, get in here. We got us a boiler. Now, this is up under the areaway, which this one's an interesting picture because you got a stone areaway here, and then you got a brick over here, which I really don't know why that was done. It's kind of a mystery. I'm not exactly sure what will be the point of that, but sometimes you just have to be there. And what are we gonna find? I don't know. Here's a building that fell during the when they were doing this, and when they were taking this area down here, they would have problems and the buildings would collapse. They had that happen quite often, and they had to spend a lot of money paying off these buildings. I think it was insurance scams. Would be my guess, in some way, shape, or form. But what do I know? I'm just a simple country mud floater. There's the steam power machine. It's kind of hard to see the jackhammers because they're kind of funky looking. They kind of blend in very well. So when I see them, I'll show up. Sometimes they're like pretty obvious, but they also blend in really well because they're kind of thin. They could be using it right there and you wouldn't be able to see it. If it's jiggling, you probably wouldn't see it. Look at that. So there was a building here. You can see the joist inserts right there. There was a chimney here. You can see the chimney hole. You see there was joist there. That was probably stairs right there. And there. Look at that old wallpaper. That's pretty cool. Restaurante. That's kind of weird right there. I can't really make that out, but odd looking. Okay, and going to the next one. I think this is working pretty good that I'm slowing down. I was kind of blasting through before and burning up the server, I believe. So it's holding pretty good now that I'm going slower. So I need to just slow my roll. 1912, a view of Hump Cut District on 5th Avenue from Ross Street to 6th Avenue. And what we're going to find, I don't know. We will find out shortly. And we got to get a gander. Yes, a gander for you city folks is a look. And we got the old butter hat fella over here. I wonder if that's my Hump Cut map in his pocket there. Could be. I'm guessing about the damn only Hump Cut blueprints that are available. I've got them in my possession. And you saw them at the first of the break video. And I'm going to be going to get it framed and matted. And I got it for $100 off of eBay. And they are legit. I assure you, they're legit blueprints. If you could hold them in your hand, you'd be like, yep, that's legit. I mean, you can feel the raised ink. You can see detail that's just, really like incredible. Because those blueprints were serious business back then. Looks like an optometrist. Cymatic window. I bet this church is gone now. A trunking line for communications, either telephone or telegraph. I'm not sure which, but it is called a trunking line. It was original telephone equipment pole, and I think originally they used them for telegraph, and then they changed to using them for telephone. But there's no way for me to know which is which and who is who. Now, I mean, architectural urns. Got lots of Freds lined up with carts. Looks like some of the old piping there. I think this building is still there. Not positive, though. This looks like the jail behind the Allegheny Courthouse to me, but I'm not sure. All right. Moving on down to Lemon Alley. To the Hump Cut disaster in the sky. Oda's gonna be wondering what the hell he's watching. By the time we're done tonight, he's gonna be unbelievably surprised. 1913, a view of construction during Hump Cut Remove project along the south side of Lemon Alley, looking east from the corner of Cherry Way. All right. They do have some weird names for their streets here in Pittsburgh. Like, I'm pretty sure they got drunk and started naming streets. Get you a gander of that. Got this ladder going up here. That's how we're going to get into our building for now. Got handprints all over right there. I don't know if Ha, are you still here? Front and center. I want to ask you a question while you ain't doing nothing. Pipe up. Quicker on the dot. Quicker. Move it, private, move it. That must be Bossa Man. Do. Amazing how they did all this in 2 years. With horse and carts and steam stuff. Just amazing. Blown out window. That's interesting right there. I'm a little questioning on that. I don't know if Ha still is. Ha, you asleep? Did you fall asleep again? Tell the truth. I bet he did. That's all right. We'll find him. Flogging will be issued. I don't know if I told you we're going to have a big party on 4th of July at the farm. 1912. Going to do fireworks and big cookout and a view of the Hump Cut District on 5th Avenue from Smithfield Street to Grant Street with Hotel Henry visible on the left. What year was that? 1912. Okay. Oh, don't hit that. But let you get a gander at that. Take a good look. Those just trolley tracks are so weird. And they're laying down new sidewalks. Mellon National Bank. Torsfield. It's an odd way of doing that. I don't know. Not sure what they're doing there. Well, they just flew by the seat of their pants on this operation. I ain't gonna joke. They just said do it the quickest way possible. I mean, just building these rickety walkways was kind of a project in itself. They didn't have electric saws. They didn't just zip all like have their whip out their circular saw and their nail gun. You know, I don't know. That's actually harder to build back then than you'd think. They're hand sawing that stuff. Welcome, Kathy Broughton. How you doing? Spiral staircase. I think those are so cool. Some kind of steam contraction here. I don't know. That's got to be Boss Man right there. I wonder if he's got my Hump Cut map in his pocket right there. I guess I'll forever wonder. No, my map, it does not seem like it was carried around in somebody's pocket. It seems like it's in very good condition for something that was drawn in 1912. This is in 1912. A view of Hump Cut District on 5th Avenue from Cherry Way to Smithfield Street with the Hotel Henry visible on the right during the 1900s. Okay. But my map is in very good condition. I don't feel like it was carried around in somebody's pocket, like in their their front coat pocket or something. Like you see in some of these pictures, some people have stuff in their pockets that look like it could be this map, but I just don't think they did. I think this was more of something that was kept in a briefcase, or I think it was kept nice, which is probably why it survived. I imagine if you had it out there in the field that it would get, sweaty and crumpled and torn and ripped. And I just don't think it would be in as good a condition as it is. I mean, it's delicate. I mean, I'm very careful with it. You can feel, this is Kaufman's. You can't really see it. This is the original Kaufman's. And a lot of people don't even realize that there was a Kaufman's before the Kaufman's that they know. And this is the original Kaufman's clock. So when people say, there's a saying in Pittsburgh, I'll meet you at Kaufman's clock, or meet you at the clock. And they mean this clock, but it's not this clock. It's not the original clock. This is the original. I mean, this is the original clock. The clock they're talking about is the second clock in the second building. It was in the same location. It was just, they changed it. and there's not a lot of information on it. A lot of people don't even realize there was an original building. I'm finding. This would have been the original grade up here. And this is it today. It's still there today. You can go look at it on Good Growers. It doesn't look anything like this, though. And I don't know. I've not determined whether. I think what they did was they tore off the facade and redid the facade. But I'm not 100%. I don't have any confirmation either way. But I think what they did was tear off the facade and redo that. But I don't know that for sure. There was also a statue on the top of this building, too, that was interesting. A lady, like a Lady Liberty or something like that. It was a lady. There are photographs of that in here somewhere of that. I can't remember if this one, Jenkins Arcade, is still there or not. I can't remember. Not sure. That's weird. It's weird how high. This must be the original street level because look how high this window piece is here. That must be the original street level. That makes sense because you look over here, the street level's up here. That's what it is because this is the new street concrete, the new sidewalk. I think this building might still be there. Not positive. I'm starting to figure this out, y'all. Just taking a hot minute. It's very confusing. I know y'all are like, what in the hell? Oh, B's gone cuckoo. That's okay. 1912, a view of the Hump Cut District on Webster Avenue from 6th Avenue to 7th Avenue. All right. Let's get a gander there. Take a look. Take a good look. Oh, look at all that mud. I imagine old John Levy just give up. He saw this much mud. He'd be like, I just can't handle that much mud. I'll go back to reading my Season Roebuck catalogs. There's Fred hanging out. There's Bobby. That's Bobby. Call him Bob. There's Bill. Handlebar Bill. Well, that's an interesting contraption. I wonder what that does. It's got handles up here. Almost looks like a plow. I wonder if they were putting that on a horse and then plowing up the dirt to loosen it. Maybe. Look at this stonework coming out from here. The areaways. Caution, dangerous, keep back. There's that Boots and Lynn. Old glass insulators. How in the world they got the horses to walk through this? Just seems like that just be so hard on a horse. Look at that mud. And those wheels look like they're like steel, like they've got steel rings around them. Maybe that's to weight it down or something so it can roll in the mud. I don't know. Wild stuff, y'all. Look at that. God. This shots like that just absolutely stupefy me. What am I looking at? Like, you see the old glass? It's got that oily look. The facade fell off this one, the front wall. It's bracing, trying to brace the building up. You'll see a lot of that. Some wild stuff, y'all. Y'all having fun in the chitty chat? 1912 view of Hump Cut District excavation on 5th Avenue from Grant Street looking east as workers stand nearby. I thought the workers would be in there digging mud. Let's get a gander at that. Look at all that stone. Fred down here doing his thing. Well, that steam show was booking. Line. And see, somebody doesn't know what we're talking about. They'll look at this here. That's AI. Look, there's AI imagery right there. That's AI. I've seen AI before. That's AI. Not knowing what they're looking at. It's not AI. It's glass plate negative. Warning, don't stop. That's the Allegheny Courthouse right there. So that's still there. All right. Take a good look, y'all. Hey, Morgan, how you doing? I don't think I read the description on this one. Did I? I don't think I did. 1912 view of effects of changes in Hump Cut District as several stores closed and were available for renting as seen by the to let sign. Okay. And that wording's always been weird to me. To let. There's something weird about that wording to me. And this is weird too. Sometimes you see these strange marks like this. That is a scratched, an X scratched into the glass plate negative, and I don't know why. It's weird. It's weird how they got this weird, how the courses of bricks are weird right here. They sure didn't do a very good job of this building. Look at how the mortar is just, it's not even pointed. That's really quite odd. Because I mean that's very poor workmanship. I wonder why they did it that way. And then look down here. You got this nicer part right here. And here, that's kind of weird. And I don't know if this is before or after the hump cut. Like, I don't know if this is the original ground level or after. It's hard to tell. Looks like it's before. That's odd. I don't know. Anomalies are good, though. They tell you something. Morgan feels like he's in the arms of angels. Well, that sounds interesting. That must be some good shit. Got 1912 view of Hump Cut District showing the extension of Grant Street at 7th Avenue looking west. All right. And let's get a gander at that. I saw this the other day. I wanted to look closer at it. There's like a police or fire call box right there. It's like an outcrop door. You can see stairs immediately going up. Mudflood winter. Look at Mudflood winter there, and then you got a trap door to a Mudflood winter there. And where's the front door on the building? Like, is that the door? That's odd. That's obviously, I don't know. That's weird. That looks like the front of the building to me. I wonder what this contraption is. Arc light. Ether video. Mudflood windows. See that old car. That ramp going up. I'd break my neck trying to walk down that. Very cool. Let that load up. See how Miss Teresa's doing. Doing okay, Miss Teresa? Keeping hip shaking line. Do. Alrighty. So far, so good with a slow in the roll thing. I think that's helping the situation. 1912, a view of demolished buildings in the Hump Cut District, Grant Street. Okay. And back here in the background this is still there. This was a train station, the Penn Trace, I think it's called Penn Station. But this is still there. I believe it's a hotel today. You got this amazing features is still there too. But I believe that everything else in this picture is gone, if I'm not mistaken. They built some high rises in this area. Wow, look at that stonework right there, the brickwork right there, how thin it is. That is that's nice. The diamond symbology there. Mudflood windows across there. It might be that ramp we were just looking at. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is. There's that weird little building with the little Mudflow windows with no door. Very strange. Arched windows, dental. Big smokestack. Now this would be at the top edge of the hump cut. This area up here. So this would be the edge of where they stopped work. Just so you knows. And I'm going to make sure we get it going here. Okay. 1912 view of construction in the Hump Cut District on Grant Street at Oliver Avenue looking to 5th Avenue. Let's get a gander at that. Bada bing, bada boom. Got Fred and his little lady friend here hanging out. And this is strange to be here. This feature here, that looks like some sort of plumbing. It's a very odd thing. I don't know if it's new or old. I don't know. It's odd. And is this new or old here? I don't know. It's hard to tell because street level's up here. But did they just put this in? I don't know. No, that's old. Look, it's broken. That's pipe. That's some sort of drain or something. That's so weird. I don't know. These look like sewer. There's some kind of old sewer or something. Arc light. These are trolley lines, all this lines up here. It's the steam machine for running the jackhammers. They're probably using the jackhammers right here. They do show the jackhammers at some points. I've definitely seen them in these pictures. You'll know when you see them. They're kind of obvious. I think that's the Frick building. Not positive. No, it is. That's the Frick building. Just not sure what the angle is. Not sure which way they're looking. I don't know. That's a trunk. No? No, it's not. I thought it was a trunky tower, but it's not. It deceived me. And we got 1912 view Hump District progress on 5th Avenue at Grant Street looking to Cherry Way. Let's get a look at that. This guy's just kind of weird to me. See him in a lot of pictures. He's definitely a handler of some sort. That right there is the hydraulic jackhammer. That's the steam jackhammer right there. It's a weird looking thing, but that's what that is. That's the stand, I believe. And this is the jackhammer. I think that's the bit for it right there. There's other pictures that it's more obvious, but that's what that is. So they've dug that pole out of the ground. There's Fred doing his thing. All these people standing around watching. And everything is coated in soot because it's Pittsburgh had a bad pollution problem. Oh, there's Kaufman's again. I don't. There's the clock right there, and then you'll see the statue right here. It's got this. I forget. It's like a Lady Liberty or a Lady Justice. I forget which it is. I think it's a Lady Justice. I don't remember. But they had this statue up here. It's gone now. They don't have that up there anymore. It's still an interesting building. When they redid it, it's an interesting building. It's one of those that's like, what's going on with this building? It's like one of those anomaly buildings. Further research will need to be done into that. The records are terrible on the stuff. So I'm looking at eyewitness reports, people that remember it, that were there, that, those can be some very good points of data when you're doing your research. Looking at the comments people leave, saying, "Oh, I remember this and I remember that," and they can give you good leads. So I like reading comments and stuff when I'm doing deep dives. It's not always given to you on a silver platter. Sometimes you have to kind of bend over backwards to get the information you're looking for. This tower back here, their antennas back there. Mm-hmm. Bum 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 bum. Let's see if we got it going. Get on in there. We got 1912 view of Hump District excavation showing the intersection of 5th Avenue and Grant Street. All right. There's the jackhammers right there. That's the jackhammers. They're steam-powered jackhammers. That's what that is. It doesn't look like it, but that's what it is. And I know it's a weird looking, like robot looking thing. That's what that is. It makes more sense when you see them using it, because there's actually pictures of them using it. And then you're like, oh, that's a jackhammer. Okay. And they used it a lot. And this kid's just like, what WTF is going on, man? This is nuts. I agree. Look at that right there. What is that? It's odd. What's that? That's strange. The Pittsburgh leader. At their antennas, at their finial, right there, American Deposit and Trust Company. Some kind of church that's being demolished. Look at the structure on that, man. The carpentry, man. Wow. That's something to take note of right there. They don't build it like that no more. Not sure what's going on right here. It's really odd stuff. Okay, got 1912. View a Hump district on Webster Avenue from 6th Avenue to Tunnel Street. And that's something I have not figured out yet. When they say Tunnel Street, I've not found the tunnel, so to speak. Although there is a train station near Tunnel Street, I'm not sure what the Tunnel Street refers to, but that is something I want to look into. I can't do it all at one time. Some weird plumbing right there. I don't know. You have to have Paul Cook look at this. He'll have to analyze this and figure out what, because like he might know something just by the way they've done this as to. I mean, that's weird right there. What in the world are they doing? Like this pipe's coming here and then it goes down here and then goes back into the building. Like what? Like what are you doing? What's going on there? I don't understand that. That's above my pay grade there. I don't know. That's some of that fancy plumbing. Hello, people will tell you. How you doing? Welcome to the show. We're just hanging out, looking at a little Pittsburgh Hump cut bass pike negatives here. That fella's working on the pole here. A catwalk. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. All right. I think I'm satisfied with that one. Open. Let's see your goods. 1912. And we got a view of the Hump District on 5th Avenue from Smithfield Street to Grant Street with Hotel Henry on the left. Let's get a gander. Looks like they're having a heated debate right there. Looks like he's about to knock him with that stick. So you don't talk like that. I'm the foreman. I'll boater hat you. Got Fred over here hauling some bricks, some stones. Warning, do not stop blasting. Keep moving. Well, I would think you would like shut the area down. Like instead of telling people to keep moving, we're blasting. Maybe just like lock the area down. That'd be kind of how I think I'd do it today, or at least how OSHA would do it. Because they're gonna lock down the entire city to do something. Oh my goodness, somebody's gonna use a razor knife. We need to have full PPE. Live in a wanker world, I swear. Do. That's pretty cool right there. The dairy lunch. All these people watching. Interesting. More people watching than there are working on it. Find that interesting. Got 1912. View of Hump District on 5th Avenue from Ross Street to Grant Street. Aight. Let's get a gander at that. Check that out. Massive blocks. These look like the old pipes they're pulling out. Wonder what those are made of. Hard to say. Almost look. They look in good condition. Is interesting. I don't know. Almost look like they're metal. I don't know. Toulet. Taking the steam shovel down the road, digging her up. Got 1912. And we got a view of the Hump District excavation on 5th Avenue from Cherry Way to Grant Street. And let's get a look at that. Thank you. Get on, look at that. Yeah, there you go. I think they're digging this for the plumbing, the new sewer. This channel here. Family painless dentist. Yeah. Painless. Uh-huh. I just don't think that the word painless and dentist should be go together. Like that's false advertising. I think we all know that. When's the last time you ever seen a painless dentist? You ever had them hit a nerve when they're messing about? Boy, I had them do that one time. I tell you, that's an experience. It feels like like electrical shock, and it's interesting because we know we're electric. We're energy. Our bodies are energy. We're electric, right? We know that, but when you get that shock from dental work, it's like it crystallizes in your mind what that means. We're literally electricity. Like we literally have energy flowing through our bodies, through our nervous system. And I mean it lights you up like it's like sticking your finger in a damn light socket for a second. Now I've been shocked before, several times, and I know that that's a whole different feeling, but it lights you up. You definitely know it happened. Oh, wait. I got a 1912 view of the Hump District construction of sewer on Pentland Street. So that's what they're talking about. That's the sewer. They're building that trench to put in these big pipes here. Check out that crane they got going there. That's the technology they had. That's something to take note of. This is what they're using in this time to lift things. That's good to know. That's something like you need to put in your knowledge base of how they did things. This is not something you get to see a lot right here. It's pretty rare to see, that part of it because it's not glamorous. They didn't get a lot of pictures of that. Greek key, diamond symbology. Boss man. Stoneball finial. Arc light. Gonna get in here and see what we're gonna find on 1912 during the Hump Cut. And we're going to a view of excavation Hump Cut District on Cherry Way from 5th Avenue to 6th. Give you a gander at that. Alrighty. And we got grates right here. These would be over Mudflood windows. So you can see that there and there and there. So there'll be Mudflood windows underneath those grates. There's Boss Man right there. Yeah. We're on to you, Boss Man. We know what you're up to here. Arc lights. Got Fred, Pittsburgh Fred right there. Look at that right there. That's facade stone. See how it's flat there? You know, it's smooth there on the edge. That's a facade stone they've knocked out. That has a name in masonry. I forget what it is, but I learned that when I was looking into the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. And I just forget what the name is. I'll probably have some documentation on that name. Got a ladder lean for Douglas. Shout out UAP. Crazy. And I got 1912, and we're going to go to where? View the Hump Cut excavation on 5th Avenue from 6th Avenue to Ross Street with the back of the Allegheny Courthouse and jail in the background. Okay. And the courthouse and jail this is the jail and this is the courthouse. And you got the steam shovel rolling. Looks like the old piping here they're getting rid of. And you see they're using that lift here to bring that piping up. And all these buildings on the right-hand side of the screen are gone now. But the Frick building here and the Allegheny Courthouse and the jail are still there. So they saved these buildings at the time, but then they demolished them. So I'm not sure what the process or why they did it that way, but they did. You got the all seeing eye right here in case you need that. Looking over, you got the Pins Cat Boss Man right there. Could be prism lights right there. Hard to say. Hey, haha, there you are. I knew you were lurking somewhere. See, he does that to me. I got you on the line now. Stay right there, you sin bitch. Oh, okay, look. So, haha, check this out. I got a question for you. Since how you ain't doing nothing. Okay, we got 1912 view of construction Hump Cut District on West Avenue and Chatham Street to Tunnel Street. Okay. So, haha. Okay, so I should call you Karsten. You like that better? Anyways, you know what I'm talking to. Anyways, check this out. You were saying in the comments, you were saying that you believe that there were that this is evidence of 2 resets. And I was wondering if you could elaborate either here in the chat, or if you could leave a comment, or hit me up somehow, and just kind of tell me your thoughts on that. I want to hear what your thoughts are on that, because I'm not putting it together from my perspective. So I want to see what your perspective is, so that maybe I can understand Not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I haven't seen what you're seeing yet. Like, it hasn't clicked in my mind. I just want to, I'm picking your brain. This is how you got a better one than me. Go ahead and let me know about that. I'd appreciate that. Why you ain't doing nothing? Hey, GT, how you doing? GT's hanging out with us, doing what he does. Got old world fire hydrant right here. I don't know if this plumbing is old world or not. I really don't know. And there's that weird piece right there. I don't know what that is. That's so strange. Something to do with plumbing. Paul Cook needs to take a look at this. I don't know what to say. He just, I don't know. Because I'm not a plumber. I don't know what I'm looking at. Plumber look at that and be like, oh, yeah, that's what this or that, and that's or that and this. They know exactly what it is because that's what they do. They get paid to know that. I don't get paid to know that. Nobody pays me to know that. If they want to let me know that and pay me, that'd be all right. That'd be, and we can work that deal. Look at that right there. Some kind of something or other. I don't even know what it is. Some kind of plumbing thing. I don't know. So we need a professional. Caution, dangers, keep back. Pool room, arch doorway. So, anyways, let me know about that. I'm genuinely interested in your opinion. Y'all might not realize this, but Haha's pretty damn smart. So we need to utilize that. He'll try to hide his light under a bushel basket, but we're not going to let him. 1912, a view of construction of the Hump Cut District on 5th Avenue and at Wiley. And let's get a gander at that. Take a long look at you. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. That's weird. How they did that. I don't know. Kind of odd. Look at that. Look at those awnings. And they're just nasty. I love a nasty awning. God. Pittsburgh, they say, was a real shithole in this time. There's a trunking tower. They say it was bad. Really bad. The pollution was incredibly bad. Now, I've been to Pittsburgh, and it is actually quite a beautiful city. But I went there much later than this. So I went there in the 90s. So shout out Pittsburgh. They got their act together. They destroyed most of, the good stuff, but no, they actually didn't. There's a lot in Pittsburgh. You want to teach AI a lesson? Haha. Okay. All right. Let me know how that works out. that I'm interested in. AI is getting something else. There's a job box. Trolleys. In case you want to see some trolleys, we got trolley action. Oh, nope. I opened the wrong thing. 1912 view of the Hump Cut District on Oliver Avenue from Cherry Way to Grant Street. Wow. I don't think I've seen this picture at all. That's okay. It's quite odd. Wow. What in the world? What is that? wall right there. It's Fred. I think that church is gone. It has Vescopisis topped windows. Oh yeah, absolutely, GT. And we will be looking at that. That's going to be part of this research, is looking at what is still there. There is a lot in Pittsburgh. We'll be doing a Google Drop show, looking at every single street in Pittsburgh at some point. So that's coming. We're going to get through this first. We want to look at what's still there. There's a lot there. So that's on the list, to-do list. 1912, a view of workers during the construction of the Hump Cut District on 5th Avenue from Smithfield. Okay. And we're going to get a gander at this here. Bum, 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 bum. Look how they're just running these horses through this muck. Amazing. You know those horses were tired. These lights, cast iron lights, are what you doing, Beagle? What you yawning on me for? You can't yawn on the job. What's wrong with you? I could got swallowed up by that yawn. My goodness. Arc light. There's that lifting. So look at all these people. Those are eyewitnesses to a cover-up. They all need to be interviewed. We need names of every one of them. Let's get to the bottom of this. This must have been one hell of a show back then. I could see people be really interested in this, you know. 1912. And we got view of Hump Cut District construction on 5th Avenue from Grant Street to Smithfield Street. And take a look at that. A stamped brick. Looks like it says bed kit, maybe. BEDKETT. I could be wrong about that, but it's something like that. But you played around with the letters, you'd find that brick. Then you can trace that brick back to its origin. Supposed origin, I should say. I'm not convinced these origins of these bricks are where they're from. Hey, you better zip it right on up. I ain't got time for it. We're gonna go a little bit longer, and then you and I'll do whatever you want to do. I know you want to play with your toys. Well, just play with your toys. They're right there, all over the damn place. Don't you think? What's that one right there? Get that one right there. Whatever that toy is there, play with it. I know you ate your ranch dressing bottle. I was doing his manicure the other day, and he got mad at me and tried to bite me, but I was wearing my gauntlets. I was wearing my gauntlets. He couldn't fight through them. He was mad. I said, "Hi, you son of a bitch. How you like them apples?" He didn't like them apples. He didn't think they were too funny. That dog, he throws a damn little hissy fit every time I give him his manicure, pedicure. He just absolutely hates it. it turns into a doggone snapping turtle. This is 1912, and we got view of Hunt Cut District excavation, 5th Avenue from Cherryway to Smithfield Street, with Henry Hotel in the background on the right. In case you're wondering, in case you're unaware and uninformed, now you know. Give you a gander of that. Take you a long, hard, good look at that right there. Get up in there and get there and see what Fred's up to down here with his cart down here. There's Kaufman's again. This is the original Kaufman's, not the Kaufman's that's there today. Now, did they redid the facade? Now, did they tear the building down, build a new building, and change the facade? I don't know. I'm not sure. I think maybe they just changed the facade. And I know they changed the clock and the facade. I know that for sure. That's the original clock. That's not the clock that's there today. When they say meet at the clock down at Kaufman's, they're not talking about this clock. They're talking about the new clock. This is the new. I think from what I see, the new clock might be a little fancier, but it's debatable. I don't know for sure. Maybe I haven't seen the best picture yet. I don't know. It's hard to say. The newer one does look a little fancier to me, but it could just be, all show. There's Boss Man right there. He's got that Boss Man look to him. Boss Man. Got the arcade here. I wonder how many people got hurt and or killed doing this. Check that out. See a lot of people smoking cigars. I have to say, I got to pick on y'all a little bit. I don't think not one of y'all got my joke last week. I was surprised. 1912, a view of the Hump Cut District excavation on 5th Avenue, Cherry Way, and Grant Street. I don't think any of y'all got my joke. A lot of y'all thought I was actually smoking, which is hilarious. I haven't had a cigarette since 2008. But I don't think anybody got my joke. I worked hard to bring you that fine piece of theater, but I don't think anybody got it. Maybe one day somebody will get it. I don't know. I was testing y'all to see how up to date y'all were on your Mudflood research channels. Anyways, there's Boss Man again. I hate it when men wear their pants up around their belly. They look like, I don't know. I just can't stand it. I don't know. There's something about it. It just does not look right to me. I know that's the way they wore their pants back then, but it just looks just stupid. I don't know. Allegheny Courthouse. This is the Frick building right here on the right. So that's still there. And this is still there. And this is the jail that's still there. And this is gone. So this has been demolished. And there's a lot of, there's some weirdness on this lot right here. We'll have to get into later. I have questions about this lot right here. Some serious weirdness there. And look at this retaining wall here built out of brick. And look how deep that thing goes. This is the street level today. In fact, there's a plaque today, I think, on this corner right here that shows where the Hump line was. Where the original Hump was right here. It's still there on the building today. You can see it on Google Earth. I does believe I believe in the Mudflood. Da-da-dee-da-da-da-da-da. And we got 1912 view of the Hump District at Strawberry Way at the widening of Grant Street looking east. Okay. Got some wrought iron work here. That'd probably be gone by now. It's like this is collapsed. Tourist fields. Catching there's construction debris here. Oh, here he comes again. What's your problem? Look how dark those stones are. That's all pollute. That's all smog. That blackness on those stones is smog. Hey, hush it. We're almost done. Then you can do whatever you want to do. You can party all night long. Well, I care as long as you let me sleep. I don't care what you do. Yeah, I hear you. Just hush for just a few minutes, you big old mouth beagle. Big old hound. 1912 view, hush. View of Hump District excavation on 5th Avenue from Wiley Avenue to Ross Street with workers nearby. And we're going to look at this picture and then we'll be done. Are you okay with that, Mr. Beagle? Mr. Smouthy Me Beagle, after they've seen them, gotten a gander at it? Hush, honey. Big old mouth. What do you want? You want a biscuit? I ain't got a biscuit. I'm all out of biscuits. Actually, I did get you biscuits at store today. I got the ones you like. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about what I did. Hump sale. Price is cut. All right. Just a minute. Did you hold your horses, you big old mouth hound? You're a big mouth hound. I'm a big mouth hound. We're checking out this steam shovel here, honey. Don't you see the steam shovel? You big mouth hound. I know it's MUDDIN and BEAGS show. It's not just the BEAGS show. I know. Check that out. That's a cool cartouche. That's neat. Shh. Let the fuck up, please. You big mouth. Tourist field. That's a weird window right there. Just a second. What are you gonna piss your fur? Huh? You can't hold it for 2 seconds. Yeah, bladder a little girl. You know that? You really do. That's all right. Let's see. Going to page 10. Okay, so make sure that's going right. So that is going to be all I can handle tonight. I got to get on with it. Got to work tomorrow. Got a long week ahead. And sorry I was late tonight, you all. I was probably an hour late, but that's okay. Better late than never. And I will try to be on time next time. But I sure appreciate you all hanging out. And we're getting through these pictures now. I think we're going a little smoother, going a little slower, a little less aggravating. It's a little stressful when it doesn't work properly, as you could probably tell. But anyways, we're going to head on out of here, and we will see you next week. And I hope you all have a wonderful week, and be good to yourself, be good to your fam, be good to your friends, be good to your neighbors, and try to wake some of these sleep people that are just plain asleep out of their, sheeple states, and do your part, and I'll do mine, and we'll meet on the other side. Love, BEAGS.
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
No. mystery. It's a mystery wrapped in a riddle inside an enigma. Don't you get it?
Say woof again! Say woof again!
I've got one that can see.
Welcome to the underground.
This is my kung fu, and it is strong.
See you later.